Okay, thank you all so much. Those of you who are joining now, I hope my volume is quite good. Let's just get where you're watching from. Let's indicate where you're watching from, where you're joining this live stream from. Let's know exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let me also know if the volume is good. Yes, let me know if the volume is good. Before I'm going to start, let me know if the volume is good. I might also want to monitor here to be sure that the volume is good. Then I can kick off. Let me see what's up with the volume. Okay. Let's see how it goes there. Okay. Thank you, all of you. Please, when you join, you share. Let us have everybody on board. All right. So I'm going to start this live broadcast on National Telegraph in 1 minute or thereabout, and we're going to move from there. Very good volume. Thank you so much. Okay, let's know where you're watching from. Everybody who's joining, just let us know. Indicate where you're watching from. Thank you so much. The country or city, anywhere you're watching, let's know. All right. Very excellent. Very excellent. All right. I see people watching from Boston. Those watching from Douala in Cameroon, from South Africa, Cape Town. Those who are watching from Mamfe, great to have somebody from Mamfe, from Menji, very excellent. Thank you so much, Smith. All right, so let's look at volume is very okay. All right, I'm trying to get that from distance and stuff like that. Okay. Thank you. We're going to hit 500,000 soon in no time. Longest time we've not done live shows on this National Telegraph page, but this is very official live show that I'm doing as CEO of National Telegraph. Now, I want to salute everybody who's joining. I'm saying a happy Sunday, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody who's watching across the globe, irrespective of which continent, from which continent you're watching from. I want to salute you and thank you all. Now, those who will be watching this live stream for the first time, or watching me for the first time, my name is Eric Tato. I'm CEO of National Telegraph, this platform that you're watching. This is my media production company. We actually run the radio station, we run a web TV, and we have a news website, and we do a lot of other things all in one, National Telegraph. Well, that was just an aside for an introduction. All right, now I want to say this very clearly, and just to bring this particular notice, this attention, which is very, very vital. I just put on Senator Mbelamoki. He's a Cameroonian senator, for those who know him. Those who don't know, he's a Cameroonian senator. So we're going to be talking some very pertinent things about something that happened recently. Now, this is the point. I want to say that we don't know what the world is turning into. You get my point? We don't know what the world is turning into. And I just want to go straight to it. You see, in the world, all right, what is important is people being truthful to themselves. And it beats my imagination on the position of some human beings at this point. In a time when we expect a lot from people, right? Just excuse me, let me keep this very quickly. We expect a lot from people, and I don't think that it is some normal thing for people to just go out there and try to do some things that don't make sense to their communities. And I'm talking about some people who call themselves elite from Manu. Manu is a division in Cameroon's northwest, southwest rather, because we have a crisis going on in Cameroon, northwest and southwest, what they call Ambazonia. So, a group of elite announced a meeting from Yaoundé, led by the Minister of Special Duties, Mengot Victor Are, who is from Binjom, by the way. And it was endorsed by all of these groups of persons, all of them, from the Senate to the ministers, or from senators to ministers to mayors, and all of them, who are diehard supporters of the chronic CPDM regime. I mean, there is nothing good that comes from CPDM. This is what Mengot and the Rex should know. So I'm just trying to interrelate all of these things, and I'm going to bring some few pictures. I know a lot of people have seen these pictures. I'll just bring a picture, bring maybe a short video. I'll just show it on my phone for people to watch and see. Then I will try to take off from there. We have half a thousand already watching, more than half a thousand. Excellent. All right. Now, I want the people who are watching me, especially those of you from the Northwest and Southwest, most especially those from Manu Division, to listen to me attentively. And this should serve as a global understanding of how dictators and their surrogates function. You see, this is what I saw on social media, which to me, it doesn't concern me, and it doesn't concern my host country, America. And I'll just show this very quickly, because a lot of people shared the video with me, and let me go to this one. All right, so let me pull it out. Just give me a minute. The pictures are there. A lot of those pictures, I'm sure that some of you must have seen those pictures, but I'll just play the video. Okay. So this is the video, and I want you to get to the point where you see Minister Mengot. I mean, they had a very bad photographer or videographer, very bad one. All right. All right, behind there, that's Mr. Mengo, Tabetando, the SGO for Manu, Joseph Umde, the DO for Memphis Central, and then you have even Mayor, a former Deputy Mayor of Tinto Council, Orok Thomas, who is from Etoko. He too is there, and I will say something about Orok Thomas, and that's Orok Thomas passing right there. You can see him, very good. Okay. I mean, so if you look at this, you look at the whole issue, it was just a joke. You see, it was just a very big joke from this so-called Manu elite. And you see what happened, what happened there. So I'll just leave it at that for those of you who have seen the video. So this is what I'm trying to say. Please just share as you join. Let's get everybody who's joining, click on share, click on like. If you're not following this page yet, just go follow it. Now, we have pictures. I'll show, of the many pictures, I'll just show one. And just one of the pictures will be okay for me to continue this discussion. We already have quite a whole lot of you here. And okay, so this is what happened. And I want to say this very clearly to everybody who is watching me at this time. Just keep sharing. I'm just coming right away. I want to bring the picture. I want to pull out one of the pictures. I know a lot of you already have the pictures on social media, but let me just pull out one quickly. Okay, there's one of the pictures here. All right, this is it. Okay, what are they saying here? Here. Okay, they're saying here that U.S. is top the killings in Manu through Eric Tato, the terrorist. Leave one and indivisible Cameroon alone. All right, that's what those elites wrote. Some people used to tell me, hold your phone upside down like that. I think very good. So, okay. Now, that's what I'll show. Then I'll continue this show. A group of people who do not know human rights, the way things function. Okay, now, very quickly, let me also bring up this other picture. That's what they're showing there, that I am responsible for the killings. And, I mean, they have written, I will read some of the things that they wrote. Let me go back to one of my contacts. Okay, now, this is what happened this is what happened. You see this? There's somebody in the hospital. All right, I'm coming to this. Okay, this someone in the hospital is a man in his 60s. He was just shot in a village called Din Village, D-I-N, in Noni subdivision. All right, that's in Bui, that's in the northwest of Cameroon, which of course people call it Ambazonia. Okay, they shot this man. His name is Mr. Paul Nkinen. That's his name. He was transferred to, he was carried to Bingo, and then he died in the hospital. The military just shot him, a man in his 60s. Okay, now I've shown you a picture of a man in his 60s in the hospital. That's it. I'll show you very well. Those who, 1 minute, one quick minute, please, just 1 minute, okay? Okay, those who just quickly. Let me pull it out again so that we can really get this. Keep sharing as you join, please. Let's share to everybody, every platform. I want to really put this straight out, okay? Now, perfect, excellent. Now, this is a man, Mr. Paul, was shot by the military, right? Shot by the military. You see, that's Mr. Paul, shot by the military. He died. He later died. They shot him on the chest. Okay, so that is a civilian that was killed in Din village in Noni, in the northern zone of Ambazonia, like some of you call, but National Telegraph calls it the northwest of Cameroon, because professionally that is how it should be called. Now, the mayor of Mamfe was also shot and killed by unidentified gunmen. But here we have a man in his 60s that was shot and killed by the Cameroon military. Now, a group of CPDM clowns led by Victor Mengot. I mean, when I look at this whole thing, I look at it like it's not just a joke, it's a movie. That a minister leaves Yaoundé and then announces a meeting, the SDO issues a communique, and they say, oh, you know what? The agenda of the meeting will be disclosed later on. That's what they said. That the agenda of the meeting will be disclosed later on. They will disclose the agenda of the meeting in the meeting when they arrive at the venue. All right, so they who are the barons sat, and then their agenda was Eric Tato to accuse me of the killing of the mayor of Mamfe, Ojong Princely. All right, this is what I want to say very quickly. The killing of Mr. Paul in Kineng in Noni subdivision or in Din village should be more of a concern to these elites who are supposed to be the protectors, number one, protectors of their communities. Right. And people vote you into the parliaments, into the senates, they vote you into, they put you into ministerial positions because it's based on these people that you are made minister. Okay, you don't care. What's happening in Binjong? They have been killing people in Binjong, where Mengot comes from. What happened in Bachontai, where Tabetandu comes from? They kill people there. The military takes out youths, shoots them at point blank. What happens in Mamfe Central, where even Mayor OJ, late Mayor OJ comes from, or even in Eshobi, where he comes from, there's been terrible murders. They've been killing people. In Mamfe Central, same thing in Chang Bisonabang, where Ayok Takunchung comes from, all this manual elite. Even in Etoko Mai 22, where Orok Thomas comes from, the military did a terrible job there. Okay, what happens? Now you sit in Yaoundé, you make a meeting and you want to come and accuse the CEO of National Telegraph of killing the mayor of Mamfe. I will not get involved in those your little games, gimmicks, and politics. That's not my business. All right? I'm just trying to respond officially to these people for them to understand one thing, that there is no way, there is zero possibility for the United States to do anything to a law-abiding CEO. I'm a registered company in this country. I'm just letting these little dogs from Manu to understand this. That you cannot associate a freedom fighter with terrorism. American fought for their liberation. That's why I'm doing this officially on the National Telegraph page, responding to you people as CEO of National Telegraph, because I'm not interested in those trivialities, those things that you people do there with Paul B and all of those things. I am not interested in those things. I long denounce the nationality as a Cameroonian, and that stays. You can't force me to pick up your nationality. Nothing happens in that country. That country is what President Donald Trump calls shithole. That's what's going on in Cameroon. So, in perspective, I get a little bit confused to know what kind of the level of education that these people attain, or their level of exposure and civilization. That all of you just get up one Saturday, today is 1 week, exactly 1 week when Mayor OJ died, since he died, you just get up one Saturday, then boom, you're everywhere. You get some prisoners from the Mamfe Principal Prison, and then you give them some chicken change to come and hold placards to protest against Eric Tato. I'm not the only guy who's involved in this fight. So what's so special about me? What's so special about me? That's the point. And let me say this very clearly. And I want to say this, that I think that the likes of Tabetando, Victor Mengod, Umdo Joseph, who, by the way, is a Frenchman from Meseka, from Nyong Ekele, you know, and all of you who are involved. I think you people should call, pick your phone, okay? Pick your phones, call Senator Mbelamoki. Let him teach you people how to deal with people who have abandoned your beliefs. Why am I saying this? On Sunday, when the mayor was shot and killed, I received a strange call, strange number. Of course, my number is online. Everybody calls me. And when I picked it up, this is not a secret. It was Senator Mbelamoki who was calling me. And he said to me, Eric, no, Setato, this is Senator Mbelamoki. I was like, oh, good afternoon, sir. And he said, I know, listen, we are not on the same side of the divide. I'm not against your views. And I know certainly you don't like what's going on. I said, of course, Senator, you should know by now. You know me. He said, yes. But listen, everybody is saying that you killed the mayor of Mamfe. And I said, listen, I was going to reach out to Eric Tato. He's my friend. I know him. He's a young man. I mean, it's so devastating to hear this kind of news and so on. And he asked me that, what's going on? What do you know about the mayor? And this is what I replied to the senator. And this is my reply to everybody. A lot of journalists contacted me from Cameroon about my view about the death of the mayor, about whatsoever, and so on and so forth. And I say this categorically here as the CEO of National Telegraph. I have a huge respect for human life, and there is no way politicians can want to mix me in their soup. I'm not part of that business. I'm not a politician. I'm an activist and a journalist. You see, when the senator asked me, and I told him one thing, that in a world like this, and in time of crisis, you cannot underestimate what can happen to anybody. Secondly, as Eric Tato, I will not and will never, and I have never taken responsibility for the death of any civilian. I can rejoice if a terrorist soldier or a military guy or some guy in Pobia's armed forces is killed. That can be a point where I can say, yes, it's okay because they want to kill people as well. But do not expect me to take responsibility for the death of a civilian. It will not happen. It has never happened, and it will never ever happen. So that is what I told Senator Mbelamoki, and this, by extension, is what I'm telling anybody out there who's holding some placard. And let me just say this very quickly. Mayor OJ was going to his village. Yes, he was going to his village. That's the mayor of one of the most troubled areas in Cameroon, Mamfe, because the armed conflict started in Manu. You remember the first attack was in Cameroon. That's where the whole thing degenerated. The armed conflict started in Manu. And every time the armed conflict in southern Cameroon is going down, Manu rekindles it. Then the SGO is aware. The ministers know. The government knows. Everybody knows. Then a mayor leaves his house on a Sunday morning and says that a mayor of that caliber, you know, when something touches on him, it's going to bring a lot of issues. So he leaves his house, tells his wife that, oh, listen, boil me rice. I'm giving you first-hand information. I'm going here, I'm coming back. All right. The mayor takes his good friend, one of his best friends, Tabe Mbela, who is a councillor. They were driving in a Toyota RAV4, one door. They passed through the gendarmerie. They took bulletproof vests and helmets. And then they had 2 soldiers with them. So actually 4 people per se. And then they drove, and when they reached, what was he going to do? Information says that he was going to take some fighters who have dropped their arms. 7 of them were thereabout. And when he went, they reached a point around in the Berere quarters called Mr. Charles Eyomocho Hill. That's where he was shot. And then there was an ambush. So, you allow your mayor on a Sunday morning to drive without an armored car in a restive areas to go get ex-combatant. Who does that? Imagine that Pobia goes to somewhere where there are people who are demanding something and he just goes like that. No, it's impossible. I put it to you that The administration in Manu, the elite in Manu, they know what happened to their man. Yes, they know what happened to Ojong. So let Mengot and the rest of the people, Orok Thomas, Tabembela, all of you, come out and tell us what you did to Mayor OJ. Let us understand. Other than trying to play this smart, you can't put the death of a mayor on a CEO of a company in America. It doesn't work that way. I don't live in Cameroon. I don't live in Manfred. It's not my business. What the hell is going there doesn't concern me. All right? I'm just an activist, and I state the facts the way they are. So there's no way, oh, you've written, it's not the first time. Mengot has gone to the embassy himself. Tabetandu, they have done same. They have used all their connections to try to get me repatriated. It's not in America. America is not Binjong, Mr. Mengot. America is not some quarter or some little house in your palace in Bachontai, Mr. Senator Tabetandu. Oh, are you talking things America is based on our bank? It's not. So it's the most impossible thing that's going to happen. To think that, oh, Eric Tato is going to be repatriated. It's never going to happen. Not today, not next year, not in 10 years. I'll stay in this country as long as I want. All right? Yes, that's a fact. So I want to say this to all freedom fighters across the world. From Southern Cameroon, aka Ambazonia, to Uganda, to Kenya, to Nigeria. All the freedom fighters. To Cape Verde, to Bargansville. Everywhere you're watching me. Everywhere. It is your right. Pick it up. Pick it up. You have to fight. All right? I'm saying here, I'm talking as a journalist, that you have the right. Look at where the law meets you and pick it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you who are watching to say this very clearly, that this is how people should behave. You get the point? Like the senator called me to find out my view, and I told him. So, he cannot go make banners and start marching against me. That was just a hell of making Eric Tato just way too popular for no reason. I didn't take no responsibility for the death of a man. That's not my business. All right? That's not my business. So it is a clear fact of frustration, a clear fact of political manipulation, a clear fact of the crazy nature of the administration of Manu. The SGO for Manu, Umde Joseph, should be very ashamed of himself that he makes all the noise and the mayor is killed under his command. How is that possible? You know what it means? That they kill a man under your command. That's a disgrace. That's a big disgrace. If you are not aware of his death, then you should be fired. You get the point? So all of us should remain very prudent. We remain very concerned about everything that is happening. I'm saying this authoritatively, and everybody should know that Eric Tato, I stand firm as CEO of National Telegraph, stand firm as an Ambazonian activist. I will not blink. This should be known. So everybody who follows me, knows my stance, and I'm not afraid of anything. So this should be a clear message to Mengot and those cheap Manu elite. You go, look at you people, so frustrated. You go get a placard, you cannot even get a good one. You don't even have money. The country is so broke. You know. Come again. All right, very, very well. 1 minute. Let me just say this very clearly to everybody. 1 minute. I get somebody making some noise. I'm looking at some few comments. I'm trying to look at the comments. All right. Let me see. All right. Good. Okay. Just to reply to one justice, some guy. It's important to make the reply. Now, you got to know one thing. Eric Tato was mentioned globally, and as a CEO, I have the exclusive reserve to make it very clear that Eric Tato does not take responsibility for the death of civilians. Nobody does that. Nobody. So I get a lot of these Cameroon agents trying to make some noise here. All right, very good. So that's how it's going to be. So you expect me to come and say on social media that, oh yes, I killed the mayor of Manfred. I killed the mayor. Why should I do that? I mean, politicians to take responsibility for their actions. All right? They should take responsibility for their actions. I'm just trying to let you know one thing, okay? That for the longest time, people have accused Eric Tato of some of the things that are going down there. And go to my regular pages. I take the responsibility for what I take responsibility for. And by now, all of them know that, oh, there's one guy who's fierce. He's not scared. He's tough. He doesn't care about nothing. So when you make a global approach to the name, the brand name of a company, the CEO of a company, it's my responsibility. All right, just give me 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Very good. So it's my responsibility to ensure that all these facts are put straight. So I think that the ministers, okay, take for example, who's going to be the next mayor by virtue of the death of Mayor Oji is Agbo Bibi, okay? Agbo Bison Benson is going to be the next mayor. I saw Mayor Orok Thomas there. I know that Mayor Orok Thomas should be a little happy because of the connection he has with Agbo Bibi. He's going to be mayor and all of those things. But the laws are clear on the Ambazonian issue that I've read. I'm talking as CEO of National Telegraph that the people say they didn't elect any representative and they don't want nobody going there to represent them. So if you are a mayor and you're going to represent people in a council that they don't want you to be, what are you thinking of? So if something happens to you, you come and call Eric Tato? No. Eric Tato, as CEO of National Telegraph, can never take responsibility for the death of civilians. I can be happy if a soldier dies because they are raping women, killing people, and all of those things. So I'm going to talk more of this on my personal platform. And, all right, somebody says you have a conflict of interest. Okay, I'll answer that question. Now, your conflict of interest is a little bit pathetic because it is based on your decision not to differentiate. All right, so when you say there's a conflict of interest, there is no way there's going to be a conflict of interest. There is no conflict of interest between Microsoft and the Bill Gates and Millennium Foundation. There's no conflict of interest. The issue is just that those who say there's a conflict of interest, they are conspiracy theorists. All right, they are pure conspiracy theorists. And this gives me an opportunity to expatiate on one other thing. They are pure conspiracy theorists, and I will explain very clearly. Now, some of you who are Ambazonians, supposedly, some of you are even fakers, you're not Ambazonians, you say, oh, Eric Tato works with Tabetando and all these people. That's some of your conspiracies. Yet, those are the same people who want me to be repatriated. I don't want to discuss on these issues, okay? It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense because I know that the government of Cameroon has employed multiple tactics to bring Eric Tato down. Because it's not going to be like I'm bragging. No, I know for sure that the government knows that, oh, yeah, listen, if we successfully take Eric Tato down, okay, we would have crippled the Ambazonian revolution by 90%. Because he's the most followed, he's the most trustworthy, most credible. He's the one who brings out news from places that nobody brings them out. He's authentic, they believe in him, the international community follows him. So if we bring Eric Tato down, or we make him to shift his position from being, as an activist though, from being an activist representing the Northwest and Southwest, or aka Ambazonia, okay, then we would have succeeded. So what have they done? They have employed all the tactics, including using some of you to say, okay, you know what, just call him La Republic, so he can get angry and finally join La Republic. But it has not worked for the longest time. It does not work. One man who fights corruption, he fights against my trip to Boya, fights military dictatorship in the revolution. He does everything to put everything together. So that's the difference. And so the government of Cameroon is hopeful that through some of you surrogates, you were going to try to successfully make sure that, oh, you know what? Oh, let's get Eric Tato out. Let's do this, let's do that to Eric Tato and stuff like that. But it's not simply working. It does not work, and it will never work. Because I stand for the truth, I represent the truth, I represent justice. And so I just use my official platform to send the official message to the Mengots and the rest to know that I cannot be dragged into their net of politics. It doesn't concern me. I'm just saying it, that it is never going to happen. Never. America will never, ever look at those useless placards that they have put out there. It's not American business and all of those things. Okay, now. All right, very good. I don't reply questions from useless. I don't answer questions from useless failures. You know, there are some people who are supposed to be successful as white men, but they have become so unsuccessful and they bring conspiracies everywhere. So we don't look at those people. I look at let me see. I look at better comments. All right. Yeah, I have the right to select to answer which question to answer. It's very important. I don't take questions from useless conspirators, people who they don't understand exactly the way the way things function. So there is no way you can do that. All right. Okay. So very good. Very good. All right. I think I'll take a few questions before I'll end on this. Let me get that very very straight. So it's just it. That's why I tell a lot of people who are they say they are Southern Cameroonians. I tell them that, listen, you can fight Eric Tato. All right, he's the most feared. That's just the truth. He's the most feared. They want his neck so badly. The elites, imagine everybody leaves Yaoundé, comes to Manfé, they didn't announce the agenda of the meeting, and then they read there, they say, okay, you know what? Oh, nice, Eric Tato. That's it. So that's how it is. So yeah, I've said it. Yeah, thank you, Queen. I'm not reply to fake white people. They make all those noises. It's not my business. All right, I have white guys, good guys, white guys that they have perspective. They understand how things happen. You can't. Listen. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. All right. You see, you can't reply to somebody who has proven to be extremely, very much a conspiracy theorist, who has proven to be an agent of La République du Cameroon, who has proven to be a journalistic dollar. Okay, imagine, right? Somebody says that Eric Tato, he's not even the originator of that. It started with one other conspirator who is an activist online. Says that, oh, National Telegraph should represent which nation? I mean, that is the dullest question. So from there, I just drew a line, say, oh, listen, people who ask these questions, these sort of questions, they are not supposed to be given the least of attention. Okay, somebody says, oh, it's not even coming from the fake white man, the red-nosed German man. It's not coming from him. When you say Donald Trump says fake news, it's not coming from him. The first person who asked that question was like an activist online, somewhere in California or somewhere in New York or something. And he asked that question that National Telegraph is representing which nation? And then when I schooled him, he even came back inbox and apologized to me that, bro, listen, I didn't know. Then the fake white man took it as a form of propaganda. I mean, very fake white man, very fake and dull. You don't get to get this kind of people, give them attention, But I just want to just say this briefly before I end the show, that a fake white man picks up what an activist said, and that person who brought the issue, the debate about National Telegraph as should be representing the nation, the person already apologized because the person went and looked at it and understood. Then the fake white man continues the conspiracy that National Telegraph is representing which nation? Oh, that he should come out and say, okay, I'm representing your nation. Where is your nation? So it was the dullest question, because if you ask yourselves that if the name of this organization is National Telegraph, should I be representing the nation? No. Nobody creates his news organ like I created mine in 2013 and thinking that it was because of a nation. No, national doesn't necessarily represent any nation. It's the name of a company. Take, for example, I asked this particular friend who later apologized inbox that Wall Street Journal represent which war and which street. Wall as in W-A-L-L and street. So that's the name of a media organ well known, the worldwide. Wall Street Journal. Which war and which street? John Baku has Timescape Journal or Timescape magazine. So it's which time and which scape, which particular scape. You go to Facebook. Facebook represents which face? Is it the red white face of the fake white guy, or is my black face? And then the book, is it the book that you didn't read well to not know how journalism functions? So when you see people, they get Microsoft, it represents which microwave or which particular soft organ. You get the point. So you see how people they make themselves so ridiculous. I was just saying that, oh my God, it's not my fault that I went to journalism school. And all these little enemies all over trying to always come and spy on me, they always be here and stuff like that. It's so ridiculous, so ridiculous that a white guy would decide to be so useless. All right, so I'll look at other questions, Very good. Yeah, I think, Baba Fan is right, that the protest is showing the world that, oh, listen, if we take out this guy, they'll send everything. In Yaoundé, same thing. They wrote stuff, they have sent letters to almost all embassies that, oh, this guy's a terrorist, get him out and stuff like that. No, they can't get me out. They can't get me out, CEO of National Telegraph is a law-abiding resident of the United States, a businessman. He works here, he pays his tax, he's very genuine. I mean, my records are clear, very clean records, clean. So I think that this should be just a very serious fact. I'm trying to put out there to let those who are trying to question Eric Tato or National Telegraph that I'm never going to come down to their level. They will always follow me as an opinion leader. They come here, they get opinions. They only write and react when I talk. They'll write more, but don't worry about them. You see them, share. Let them keep on making us popular. Mentioning National Telegraph everywhere. You cannot imagine that the whole country, the all news organs are reporting that, oh, some guy who's a business guy in America is supposed to be a terrorist. No, it's not possible. That it doesn't work that way. All right, so fine. Let's look at another question. Let's look at some other question. Yeah. Okay, somebody asked me another question last time that I feel I should answer now. Okay, now, what is the perspective of National Telegraph? All right, what's the perspective of National Telegraph? Let us get this very straightforward. All right, you see, when I conceive, you see, like one guy says, oh, he was involved in National Telegraph in 2011, but I created my company in 2013. That was the first, like 2 years different. Now, what's the perspective? I created this company based on a simple inspiration, simple inspiration. All right, so it's simple, very simple. And you look from our logo to our design to our resilience, we just doing our job and stamping authority in terms of news. From all the countries that we operate, from Gambia to South Africa to Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana to Burkina Faso, Uganda, all the countries, Zambia, and of course UAE, everywhere that I've installed National Telegraph, I tell my reporters and bureau chiefs one principal thing, that, listen, there's only one thing you should do. Report only the facts. That is why you see it in now. We have not reported on the death of the prophet the controversial prophet in Douala, a good man who died mysteriously. And some people say, oh, it's COVID-19. But from all our investigations, 99% shows that it's not COVID-19. But we have to conclude everything to be able to write the real story. So that is where we are, the authority. So people have read everywhere. People still do not know the right story. Everybody's waiting that, oh, until National Telegraph will publish, because we will publish the right story. So I want to thank everybody. I'll end here by saying that I'll be on my regular Eric Tato platform in less than an hour to talk about DAC. So I don't want to talk about it here, but you know how it's going on. I'm going to be there with the spokeslady. They're trying to get out some very strong information. Thank you, over you, thousands of you who came to watch this live show, who came to watch this show live. It's the longest time I've not done any show on National Telegraph. I want to thank you all. Don't forget to go to the App Store, type National Telegraph. You can download our app on the App Store. Don't also forget to get to our website, follow our pages. We're also on Twitter. National Telegraph is on Twitter. Eric Tato is also on Twitter. I'm also on a regular page. And we also have a second page for our official page, which is National Telegraph Africa. All right. Thank you so much. And I want to say a big hello to my friend, you're always watching me somewhere in Texas. I'm saying hello to you, Richard Kings. Yesterday I was on telephone with Richard Kings, and we're trying to conclude a contract where he's going to do a jingle for us. He's a very good guitarist, so we're working on all of those things. So I want to thank you all, and to tell everybody who's watching that I appreciate all of you who are good people, who support National Telegraph. Those of you who are like family, who are fans, I pray God for you. God bless you. I pray that you remain powerful. Keep your eye on the goal. Support us as much as you can from any country that you're watching us from. I love you all. God bless you. And for those of you who are my enemies, listen, I said it on my tweet that everybody has enemies. So those of you who are my enemies, who are jealous of me, jealous of the progress of National Telegraph, you have a long way to go, because you're going to go so mad, because I'm only going to succeed. It's only going to go up, because we have the strongest people with the strongest minds. They support us. They know the initiative. They are out there pushing it. So if you are a spoiler, you're a jealous person, you are just a conspiracy theorist, oh man, trust me, you're going to a lot of things are going to happen in National Telegraph that are going to so badly funk you. You're going to go so crazy, your mind is going to go blowing up, and that's it. So this is a message to all of our distractors, all of our enemies, that trust me, I love those who follow this page. I'll still keep you here. I thank those who support me. I need your support anytime. But for those of you who are my enemies, I don't need your support. You can take it and put it in the pot and cook it. But we love those who will come back to us and say, oh, you know what, bro? We used to antagonize you for no good reasons. From there, we'll be friends. So for now, I draw my line. Draw yours. When you come back, we reconcile, we become friends. That's how life is. But now, I watch my back when you are concerned, because I know you're a conspiracy theorist. I can differentiate you, tag you, and put you by the side. And of course, make sure that I stop any personal contact with you. But on the global platform, it is here for you. So that is how life should be. All right. You must identify those who are your enemies. Identify them. It's very important to stay safe. I've identified them and know that they are of no good to National Telegraph. They're only there to criticize. But I don't need all of them. Imagine that I have just 1,000 or 2,000 of you who subscribe on National Telegraph. You are more than a million following me. So once that is done, that is all. So they will have no use, and Telegraph keeps going on. That is why they complain from everything, from my teacup to my suit to my shirt to my eye to my nose to everything about Eric Tato is so pathetic, so childish, so crazy, and so funny. All right, they're just like comedians. So I'm saying this very clearly that I don't give a damn about those who criticize me in that way, like conspiracy theories. I give a damn about, I think about those who criticize me positively to make a change. You know, like, oh, Eric Tato, I think that this logo should have been like this. And those people, they have the way they do it. All right, so don't talk to Eric Tato like I owe you any explanation on how I should have created National Telegraph. You didn't know me. I didn't know you. I didn't create my company based on the fact that I'll come on social media and some red-nosed white guy will come and start writing nonsense, you know. So it's just so crazy. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, they have to know. As CEO, we don't joke with what comes to our brand. We make sure that we try to hit hard on them out there for them to know that there's a line. There's a line that you can cross on National Telegraph. This is our legacy, and it is for our family. For our family means for National Telegraph. All of you, your family, those who support the idea of this company. All right. So thank you so much. All right. God bless you all. So I mean, thank you. Yes, of course. Thank you. All right. So I want to thank everybody, you know, who's here and to say cheers, happy Sunday. I'll go so that we can get on with the dark membership drive and all of those things. I'm sure. Thank you so much. So I've said it very clean and clear that I don't need all these people who come and make noise. Just go away. Don't subscribe to our website. We have a huge clientele. Imagine how many people are watching. By the end of the day, there'll be thousands on YouTube and here on Twitter, everywhere. And you're just very little of you trying to bring confusion. So I have to identify you, streamline you. I don't beg you to do it for me, but obviously you come and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, where do you get good news? It's only every time that you get authentic news. You know the name of the person, you know the date, the stuff, the village, write things, you do the research. It's only on National Telegraph. So I want to thank all of you fans out in Africa that this is the approach you should take. Inform your enemies that you're going to succeed, and that's how they're going to go all like crazy, you know. They don't like you to succeed. Enemies, the worst thing that enemies want to see is that their person is succeeding. So once you're succeeding, they'll bring all sorts of conspiracies. But trust me, you know what? You know people, there are people there who know what they know. So just keep going. All right. Thank you so much. I'll leave you guys in the company of Bebe Manga, you know, from Tinto. You know, just a good one. So God bless you all, and keep your faith. All right. Happy Sunday. Okay. Happy Sunday to all of you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. A big tribute to Baby Manga, who died a couple of years back. I want to thank you all so much. Okay, God bless you. Keep the faith, and remember one thing: to be able to succeed, you got to walk with your head up. Keep your enemies on the line, name them, tag them, streamline them. Very important. Keep them there, and then focus on your friends or your partners. You put make things happen. All right. Of course, it's very practically impossible. Enemies never beat friends. All right. Friends always put hands together to beat their enemies. So I want to thank you also. God bless you. Remain very safe. Trust National Telegraph. This is the best media organ reporting across Africa, and we intend to rival the biggest media organs that you've known in the world. So we're working on that, and with your support, we're going to go there. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you all of you who support us. Just get ready, all right, from Nigeria, Liberia, anywhere from Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, or La Republique, so on and so forth. Get ready to subscribe to our website. Once we get it on, we'll let you know. Simple, right? You have everything for just $100 a year, or for $10 every month, or $55 in 6 months. And that's going to be the radio, the TV, everything is just going to be there. All right? Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now. God bless you. Bye. Maybe Roy. Roy, want to say something? Hello? Roy. You want to participate on the show? Yeah, the dark launch is coming up soon. Yeah, it will be on my regular platform. Yes, on that. It's coming up on Eric Tato platform very soon, in less than 30 minutes. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. All right, let me leave you guys. Oh, nobody wants to go away. All right, bye bye. Thank you.